And we're up.
There they are. Let me click on the chat. See if anybody's in. No.
It takes a second. It's not like Zoom where it lets everyone in. People are just watching on YouTube. So it just went live. Now we're in that weird moment where it's like, hey guys,
yeah,
we're gonna let the
chat come in.
We're gonna let the chat. We'll give a minute to come in, guys. How you guys doing? You guys good? You guys good? We let the chat come in. Give them a second.
Y'all can freeloaders, you wonderful freeloaders that we're doing this for. You guys can join us on Thursdays on YouTube.
Yep, I'm gonna post right now on Blue Sky saying we're live.
Or you can wait and listen on Fridays.
Saying
we're only
doing
this for y'all's asses. Because we could have stayed. Here he comes stalking his ass around. Better not be.
I just went over the Blues. I don't check Blue Sky much, but 5 days ago, B Black said, I just watched the Rodney King clip for the first time. Holy cow. Would you look at that?
Holy cow. I found out something else about David French. Not only are we born on the same day in the same year, he was in the military.
Okay.
But he has he's from the Deep South. He's in the military. He's 57. And he has no concept of this type of racism. None.
He might.
You were in the military. You don't know.
He might have a concept. He just doesn't want to.
You fucking serious?
Yeah. He's got a concept.
You're a learned man. That's another thing. You are a learned man who writes opinion columns. What the fuck are you writing about that I'm supposed to believe? Don't you have black colleagues? You see the shit they write. They're writing the shit in the same papers. They're covering the same shit. That just means you just didn't believe them. That's what that means. You didn't believe any of the soldiers you served with. You don't believe that the white people you hear saying all the racist shit. You don't believe they're as racist as they profess to be. That's what you don't believe.
I think it's basically, I didn't believe it was as bad as people said. That's what it comes down to. Sure, it happens. Sure, a little bit. Sure, but not that bad. Can't be that bad.
Fuck, man. It was like, okay, I get it. You're born in the Deep South. First of all, you're born in the Deep South. You've seen racism. You fucking liar.
Right.
You fucking liar. Then you join the military. Now you're exposed to black people because a lot of black people are in the military. They tend to tell you the shit that's happening. If you don't get your white racist ass out of my face, they tend to talk about shit like that. Okay? I've been there. Okay? So you still didn't hear it. Then you went to college. You probably went to a little Southern college, so I'll let that go.
He had an Ivy League school in there too, I think.
Yeah. Okay. But then you started working for newspapers. You worked your way up to editorial columns. That means you work with other people who write editorial columns. Some of them were black. Some of them were black.
Oh, by golly.
Writing about this kind of stuff frequently. You've guested on shows with black guests who talk about this type of stuff. You just don't believe none of them. You didn't believe none of it. You didn't believe. Not only did you not believe that, you didn't believe your own eyes. You didn't believe anything.
No, and who knows if he believed his daughter the first couple times.
No. He says every day. I'm like, so every day she's getting exposed to this shit.
No, he didn't say every day. He said every school she's been to.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Okay, so she's getting exposed to this shit. And this was the one that took you to open your eyes? This one? Really?
Yeah. Hey, welcome to the party, pal. But like I said when we talked about it.
Holy cow.
What will he now self-interrogate about other beliefs that he has held firm to despite people telling him maybe he's wrong?
I keep going around the fact that we're the same age. We're born on the same day in the same year. Same day, same month, same year.
Right.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, well, he's just a slow learner. He's coming around.
Is he?
Yeah, he's getting there.
He also wouldn't have believed it if it was my daughter it was happening to. He wouldn't have believed it.
Right.
Wouldn't have
Or he
believed
would have said it's not that bad. Don't worry about it.
it. Yeah.
Get over it.
Right.
Stuff like that.
We're having internet connection problems in this house, so but it's all of it, not just this. So
What's that about?
I don't even know.
Streaming 4K?
The TVs went down for a second, and obviously Amy's streaming on her iPad, and then it came back up. So that's another thing. Occupy Rap was saying in they just erased the blast districts in his state of Memphis. Holy cow!
Holy cow!
As this motherfucker, here's what I would ask David French: Do you believe that? Do you believe that?
Right.
Do you believe that? Did you believe that's happening? Do you believe that's based strictly on race, or do you believe that it's just political parties? Do you believe that?
Right.
This shit is diabolical, man. That I watched some of the coverage of that. I had to stop. I was like, I can't watch this. I can't watch this. It's literally, it's literally right out of the 60s. It's right out of the 60s. I was like, I can't watch this.
So basically, Tennessee's already a dark red state.
Yeah.
And they had this one little blue district off in the corner.
Memphis.
Which is basically where Memphis is. And so they had one Democratic congressional seat in the whole state. And they went in today, and without letting the people of the state vote the way Virginia did and the way California did, they just redrew the districts and broke Memphis up into three pieces, basically, and diluted the voting power. So most likely, in all likelihood, there's going to be no blue districts in the state of Tennessee. It's already a dark red state to begin with. I can hear you.
Mm-hmm.
You can't hear me?
I froze. I thought I froze, unless you froze. No, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
No, I can hear you. I don't think you froze.
Okay, well, we're still here.
Yeah. So yeah, I saw I think there was one of the state politicians walked into the state house with like a Trump flag draped around him, like he's wearing a cape.
A politician did that.
Yeah.
Like he's wearing a cape. They blocked Justin Pearson from entering a committee meeting about redrawing the map specifically for the district he represents. A white officer with a badge blocking a black congressional member from joining a meeting that specifically targets the black district meant to give representation to people of color. The shit is diabolical. Look at that. Look at that picture. That's some shit that's right out of the 60s.
Right.
Right out of the 60s. Remember just not that long ago, LeBron was shitting on Memphis. Remember that?
Well, he was shitting on the accommodations for road players.
Right. And then it goes hand in hand, because the reason why the accommodations for players are bad in Memphis is because Memphis was underfunded specifically. And why was Memphis underfunded specifically? Because Memphis is a majority black city. So they underfunded it specifically. They cut services to it specifically. They kept public dollars away from it specifically. Public tax dollars that these people pay, those monies aren't being the expenditures are not coming back into their city. So yeah, you're shitting on just on the role players and stuff. It's a shitty thing, but there's a reason why it's shitty. It's not just fuck Memphis. Like no, that was the thing that bothered me about
my take on that was
more than anything else. I was like, it's a shitty situation, and they don't deserve to be shit on.
My take on that was quite different, actually. My take on that was just about sports, first of all, and not about like the infrastructure of the city. There was a time, and when people so romanticize this time, there was a time when like road teams had it rough, and people loved it. They loved talking about it. You go to Boston, man, there's no hot water in the locker room. The accommodations sucked. There's people outside your hotel yelling all night, trying to keep you awake.
Mm-hmm.
The visiting team locker room has like hard metal chairs and it's really cramped, and there's dead spots on the court, and only the home team knows where they are. Like, that used to be kind of a thing people thought was cool. Of course it's hostile to a road team. You think the home players have shitty accommodations? No, they're at home. They're living there. The Memphis players they're in their houses. You're the road team. There was a time when you would have no AC in the locker room, no hot water in the locker room.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have flat screens. Famously, like, that was kind of like people pine for that era, of like, oh yeah, you guys want the Wi-Fi password? It's eat a dick.
Yeah.
Welcome to Memphis. Oh, that didn't work. Guess what? You don't even have Wi-Fi in the locker room. So stuff like that. I was like, a hostile environment for a road player used to be the norm. Like, they used to fly commercial. It was a different era, of course, but for a road player to come into a city and have a bad time, that's kind of like, we were like, yeah, get the fuck out of our city. Home team at home court advantage. So for a player to say, man, I hate going there. That place sucks. Like, right. That's the point. That's how it used to be. Remember when you take a cold shower, you don't have any towels in the locker room. There's no PlayStation. There's a TurboGrafx 16 in there with like 2 games. Bonk's Revenge, maybe.
You get an Atari.
So
you get an Atari.
They get an Atari. You guys get an Atari, you get 2 games. You get the E.T. game, which is like the worst game of all time.
Yeah.
So my take on that was like, yeah, of course a road player should say, I hate going there. They don't treat us well. That's how it used to always be for every road team everywhere. Bonk. Occupy Rap said bonk. Bonk and Bonk's Revenge.
Bonk. I forgot about Bonk. Yeah, as
Bonk was a TurboGrafx 16. It was like their Mario.
South Carolina has underfunded South Carolina State, the HBCU that those students ran the racist lieutenant governor up out of. The South Carolina racist lieutenant governor. They've defunded that school $500 million over like 3 decades, and now they're talking about cutting the money because they ran her racist ass out of there, Ms. Trump. Like, you're already defunding it. You're gonna cut. You're just looking for a reason to cut the rest of the funds. I agree with Rod. I listened to Rod on Karen Hunter's show, and what was the president of the university thinking when he invited her there? This is what I don't get. What were you thinking? What are you doing? What are you doing? Lines have to be held, and I have to protect my students from this bullshit. I don't have to expose my students to this. So no, I'm not inviting you. What the fuck were you thinking? What were you thinking? What is that about? What are you thinking?
Norms? Are you thinking about norms, perhaps?
What norm? What norm?
I don't know. It's normal.
Be nice. What? My norm is protecting my students from shit like that. That's my norm.
Right.
That's my norm. I have to be the line here. No, I'm not. She'd have to come and ask me, hey, can I come speak to your students? For what?
Right.
For what? I'm not going to you. You got to come to me and ask me if you can speak to them. And then my first question is, what do you want to talk to them about? Oh, I'd like to give a commencement speech. About what? I just want to talk to them. Like Pharrell talked to some students that one time. Really? What do you have to say to my kids?
I'm going to pull up the new Tennessee map. This is what it looks like now. Granted, Tennessee didn't have much in the way of blue districts to begin with.
Yeah.
But this little sliver in the corner is now broken up. And then you have this big sort of thing. I don't know how you draw this as a district. This thing it's shaped like a lowercase r almost. Mm-hmm. But that took part of Memphis, And then I guess they kind of broke these other two parts into it as well.
Their shit's diabolical.
Yeah.
Put on, do me a favor, go to Instagram and look up Charles Blow's Instagram. He put up a pretty good post. I don't know if he put it on his. If he put it up, I'll know it when I see it.
Oh, come on. Come on. Make me log in? Is his Instagram for adults only? Is that what it is?
It's that one where it says eliminate.
It says eliminate right here.
I think that's the one.
Okay. Let's see what he has to say.
These states have rushed to eliminate what few majority black districts they had. Only lets you know that they never wanted you to have any power in the first place, that they only had it because they were forced to have it, and as soon as they could get rid of it, they did. So the next time that any of these people quote Martin Luther King or talk about the civil rights movement, know that it is a blasphemy.
That's how I feel about it. It's all blasphemy. That's exactly how I feel about it. Yeah, I saw that about an hour ago. I was like, oh, that's it. Thank you for articulating it for me. That's it. And now, again, Occupy Rap saying, South Carolina is looking now to push Clyburn out. And they're going to. There's nothing to stop them. They're going to.
Right. Redraw his district.
Right. Trey saying, Andy, ha, ha, ha. Trey, you in the future? What's this Andy laughing about? What's Andy getting ready to do?
I don't know. What did I do? What have I done?
Trey's in the future.
Yeah, Trey must be in the past right now.
Is he in the past right now? Probably.
Yeah, Trey must be behind on the YouTube stream because I was telling it earlier. Trey said, "Tell it, Andy." And I was telling it. I was talking about road teams having a bad time.
Yeah. Wow, you are behind, man. Trey is a time travel.
Trey's going to hear. Trey's going to find out he's behind in about 6 minutes, and then. What do? You can't catch up at that point because they're going to skip ahead and miss. It's like 6 minutes of content.
Oh, yeah. TPS, saying real talk integration marriage will be on the docket soon. Of course it is. I've been saying that for years. And it's going to be on. There's no doubt in my mind they're coming after interracial marriage. They're going to come after gay marriage. They're going to call it states' rights.
Oh, then there could be some states that recognize it and some that don't.
Exactly.
Right.
All this shit is coming. And it's an abomination, all of it. Which again, I'm gonna need Stephen A. Smith to weigh in on the horror show you saw today in Memphis and how you shit on. I need you to weigh in on that. I need to hear the dumb shit you got to say about it.
Now, the Constitution has the full faith and credit clause, which has states must recognize marriages from other states, basically. So I don't know if they can if we can have like one state you can get married, one state you can't, or it doesn't get recognized. But I'm sure they can make it hostile for people in other states in those situations. I remember reading about this a long time ago, but it couldn't be like a full-on states' rights issue with marriage. It gets recognized across state borders.
They'll do it again. They don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. There's nothing to stop them. That's my point. It's like all these rules that we have, none of these rules really mean anything. We are seeing that play out right in front of us. Like none of these rules mean anything. They'll either ignore them or they will simply change them. This is everything that, as Charles Blow was saying, everything that the white majority has been talking about is a lie. They never wanted us to have any of it. And now they're in a position to take it all away from us.
I think so. Alabama is working on redrawing their districts currently. Mm-hmm. We already know Louisiana, but also now, obviously, today was Tennessee. So basically, any state, some of these states were ready to go, like from day one. Other states, I'm sure, they all did the thing where they all, they have like the group chat
racist group chat where they all talk
Right.
about the plans they're going to have. They're all in it.
Hey, did you guys get the draft map that I made?
I did get the draft. Thank you for sending it.
I made that map 10 years ago in anticipation.
I know. But if you remember, I updated it like 5 years ago. Remember that when I looked at your map and I updated it? Yeah.
Yeah, I got that. Yeah, there was that map. There was that one district that's shaped like a spiral. It's shaped like a curly cube.
I don't want a goddamn spiral. Let's make it look like an ice cream cone.
Yeah, it looks like a crazy straw or something.
Remember that? Yeah. Fucking ridiculous.
Why is that district shaped like a paperclip? That doesn't make any sense.
Well, you need to ask yourself, why isn't it shaped like a paperclip? Fucking. And here we are. So I need these people I need Killer Mike to speak his ass up. His state's about to get cut the fuck apart. Louisiana.
He's Georgia.
Atlanta. I had Louisiana on my mind because I was thinking of Landry in Louisiana. He's another Southern gentleman.
Jeff Landry, is that his name?
Yeah. He's another genteel Southern gentleman. Killer Mike has been getting the business. He's still getting the business. You're not beating the charges, brother. So you go get the business, man.
Well, it's funny. Killer Mike he's on Twitter, but he's been posting on Threads as well. Threads might be angrier than Twitter these days.
Yeah.
I don't know. At least I think all the people who left Twitter, like the angry people from the left, who just logged in to yell at people all day. Some of them aren't on Twitter anymore. They left Twitter, but they're on Threads. They're over there waiting for you to come over and then post some shit. They're like, okay, here we go. I got a lot of anger to express today, and Killer Mike is getting it. So he's still, I don't really see him on Threads because I don't check Threads much, but he still, I think, does post on Twitter sometimes, and he will go back and forth with people on Twitter, trying to sort of like
every piece of business he gets. What's the show? Ebro and Rosenberg, Andy? Is that the show? Ebro?
I don't know the name of the show. Peter Rosenberg.
The hip-hop guy?
That show.
Peter Rosenberg and Ebro. They have left terrestrial radio. I think they immediately went over to internet. So I was listening. They popped up in my feed, of course, because my feed is angry. And they were bagging Stephen A. Smith. Well, Stephen A. called them because he knows them. and he was like, hey, man, I'm this and that. And they were like, man, I don't go. No, he called them privately. He never calls anybody on the air. You notice that? He never calls anybody out. He calls them privately later when they put their calls up.
Okay.
And they were like, because I guess it was, I want to get the name right. I showed you how connected I am to these cats are like my age too, Andy. They're like our age. It's called the
Peter Rosenberg
Ebro Laura Rosenberg Show.
Okay.
So they took their show that was on terrestrial and just moved it over there. And Ebro was he was going in. He was like, come on, man. When we were talking about voting for Kamala, we were talking about voting for Kamala because of this moment right here. We all saw this moment coming. But your ass wanted to outsmart everybody and be the smartest person in the room. And here we are. He said, yeah, you can talk all that horse shit you want during the primaries. But when it comes down to time you got two people in front of you got to vote for, you vote for the one that is not going to fuck you. That's what you do. You don't sit out. Somebody's got to win. You don't sit out. You vote. And then you don't turn around later and say, well, she guilted me into voting. Are you fucking stupid? Rosenberg, on the other hand, apparently he likes talking to old boy, to Stephen A. He was like, come on, man, you got to quit. You keep putting me in it because he keeps calling me. I'm like, why are you accepting this call? Do you not agree with Ebro? You think it's cool what Stephen A. is doing? You think it's cool what these motherfuckers are doing? You think it's cool? Mark Lamont Hill's getting the business. I'm like, well, you're the one who said you'd like it. You wouldn't mind a Trump presidency. You're the one who said that.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
A long time ago, man.
No one knew any better back in 2016.
Right. No one knew.
No one knew any better. because this goes back to that. This is the Supreme Court that started taking shape in 2016 after that election.
Yeah, no one knew. No one knew at all. No one knew it was coming. No one except everybody black. Everybody black knew that we'd be here. Everybody knew this. The question I have for now is, where do we go moving forward? Where does this go? We just going to let this happen? I saw, that writer Brett Stevens, the columnist.
Yeah.
He was
New
on
York
Maher
Times guy?
he was on Maher the other day talking about how this is a good thing for black people. Because what you're going to see now is black people starting to embrace the Republican Party.
Why is the what?
You
What?
can pull the clip up, brother. He said it.
I mean, he's a right-wing guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I don't.
I think he's one of these. I'm not really a right winger.
Right, but he's a right winger.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I that's why, like, I don't see a lot of this shit because I've excised that out of my feed.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm getting Bill Maher. I've blocked him, and the shit keeps popping up into my feed.
Because
somebody I've
someone else on your
Yeah.
feed is posting. I had to get rid of people for that reason, because I'm like, I'm seeing all this content because of you. You're dunking on it, meaning I see it. You need to dunk on it. I can sit out, but like that whole thing. They've been saying, not Brett Stevens, not the only one saying that. Where it's like, oh, this will. They're okay with black representatives who are Republican or black people voting Republican, so they just like force you to. If you're going to have a voice, you better come over to our side because it's the only way you're going to get any kind of voice. And Stephen A. Smith was basically doing a version of get off the plantation,
right?
Which is like stop voting Democrat by default and start voting Republican. It's all the same arguments going around in circles,
right?
But the goal is ultimately it's not about he's trying to make it sound like, if that's what he said, he's trying to make it sound like he sort of cares about black people getting representation.
That's exactly what it does.
And I just don't think he gives a shit about that at all.
No.
I think it's concern trolling this to pretend like, oh, this is actually going to help. I'm actually happy about this because now black voters can come over to the Republican side and have their voices heard. You don't care about that, and it's trying to, I don't know, put lipstick on a pig at this point. Whatever the saying you want to go with,
whatever the statement is,
find a silver lining, polish a turd, whatever it might be. It's all that. It's all people trying to make you think something that's bad is actually good. It's Brett Stevens. I don't even know what he's about at this point, but it's the same playbook. It's just a remix of the other shit. It's a remix of Get Off the Plantation.
Yep.
Remix, and then Stephen A. Smith comes on.
That's all it is. And motherfuckers just talk this shit. But I've heard that party line a lot the last couple of days. Well, this would be good for black people. Really? To people who don't want us to have representation, who want us to be second-class citizens, that would be good?
Yeah, I mean, that's what else are they going to say? They're not going to say it's bad, because the argument is this is bad for black voters. And so they're going to have to come up with a spin. Actually, it's good, so that's what they're going with. And they're all going to say some version of that. They all get the same talking points.
Yeah. Our man Scott Jennings said that bullshit. Well, he also said racism is over.
Well, we did elect a black president.
Yeah. Well, there you go. There you go.
Many years ago.
Yeah. And white people had nothing to do with that. Not really. It was up to white people. We wouldn't have elected a black president.
Well, Mitch McConnell did that too. He kind of said that a few years ago. Proof that racism is dead is that we had a black president. It's like, well, then what does your opposition to him winning prove?
Yeah.
If him winning is proof that there's no racism, but you didn't want him to win, does that prove that you wanted to maintain racism? Can we connect? If you're connecting those dots, then we can connect similar dots, right? Because if you oppose the guy and then say, well, his election shows you that our country is no longer racist, then you're saying his election was a referendum on racism in America, which means your opposition to his election It was you voicing that you wanted to continue with racism. If that's
you can
if
try
that's
that logic. You can try that logic
try.
with him, and then as he's thinking about it, he's going to reach in his pocket and pull out a Cracker Barrel menu and throw it at you and run.
He's gonna pull out. He's gonna throw his. He's got like one punch card, one hole left to punch to get like a free biscuit.
Man, that's his third card, by the way.
He's gonna throw it at you. Oh shit! I need that back. Can you?
That's his third card.
Can you please pick that up and give it to me, please? I need to get a free biscuit at the Cracker Barrel.
Fucking ridiculous.
I am appalled that you are not picking that up for me.
Are you, buddy?
I wouldn't bend over to pick it up myself.
Get your man Samuel, the black guy whose arm you lean on. Get Samuel to do it.
I could get it myself, but I'll tip over and fall.
Samuel, pick that up for me, Samuel. Just pick it up for me, Samuel.
Yeah, it's just going to be a lot of that. That's why I don't pay attention to that stuff in the feed anymore. It's because it's just a remix of shit I've already heard 100 times.
Yeah.
From people who are just hoping that you're dumb enough to buy it this time.
Yeah, but then a guy like Bill Maher will bring him on. What is this shit about Wayne Brady is beefing, going back at Bill Maher again? The funniest one was the original one where Wayne Brady said he smacked the shit out of Bill Maher. I'm like, I fully believe that.
So I think he's referencing, he did a podcast.
Yeah.
And I think he's referencing that, like that old beef with Bill Maher, where Bill Maher had said something about Wayne Brady, right? Like,
yeah. I'm like, I've always believed that. I'm like, you leave Wayne Brady alone. Leave Wayne Brady alone.
So here, there's not much.
Your mama wants to know where that free biscuits are from in the chat, Andy.
It's from the Cracker Barrel. Come on over to the Cracker Barrel. The impression is different every time. I have no consistency.
Always
Come on over to the Cracker Barrel. Play that game with the little things going in the triangle in the holes while you chew on a fresh hot buttermilk biscuit.
You know, I've never been to Cracker Barrel, and I have no desire to go there.
What?
I've never been.
I've been a couple times. It's been years, but I've been.
I've never been.
Probably 25 years since I've been in a Cracker Barrel.
No desire to be in a Cracker Barrel. I don't want to go in a place where crackers in the title. Does Wayne Brady have to slap a bitch? I'm telling you, better leave Wayne Brady alone, man.
What
brought this up? What about what?
What about just buying crackers at the store? Like, can you, like Ritz crackers?
I will do that. Okay, I will do that. But we all understand that we are actually talking about crackers. Okay.
Actual crackers.
Yes. I have no guarantee that when you say Cracker Barrel, you're talking about actual crackers. I have no guarantee of that.
What about the cheese they sell in the store? I don't even know if it's affiliated with the Cracker Barrel restaurant, but it's called Cracker Barrel, the brand.
No, I don't fuck with that.
They have
I know
like
what you're talking about. It's like a block of cheese.
Or it's sliced. They have it sliced. You can buy it. It costs way more to get it pre-sliced. I'm like, I'll just cut it myself.
I don't fuck with that.
I don't think that's affiliated with the restaurant chain.
If I want a block of cheese to like turn it into like shredded cheese, I just get Lucerne, I think is the Safeway
brand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get the Wegmans brand usually.
I get the Lucerne. I just cut that shit up. I got a little bit of extra money. I'll get the Tillamook. Is it Tillamook? Am I saying that right?
Tillamook. Tillamook.
That Tillamook ice cream is good. I got into eating ice cream during my convalescence. Somebody brought some. So now Ava's got me buying it. I'm like, girl, you got a job. You go buy your own goddamn ice cream.
Here's the article, by the way. 5-time Emmy winner Wayne Brady is reigniting his feud with perennial Emmy runner-up.
I was about to say,
Maher.
You know they threw that in on purpose, right?
Yeah.
They threw that shit in on purpose because he was just complaining about how he's never won an Emmy. Like 2 weeks ago, Bill Maher was complaining about how he's never won an Emmy.
I think there's a video of this. Let me see if I can pull it up.
And Wayne Brady's won 5.
It's a video podcast.
Wayne's talented. No,
it really bothers Bill Maher.
You can't question the fact that Wayne Brady is talented.
It's a problem for Bill Maher that he hasn't won an Emmy. He thinks he has been soft canceled.
Yep.
Which
Yep.
The guy he's had a show on HBO for 20 some years.
Never won an Emmy. Before
But he
that, it
thinks
was on ABC.
He thinks he's been canceled.
Yeah.
So, I got the video here. I'm going to pull this up of Wayne Brady. He was on a podcast, and they're all video now, so it's not just the audio. I don't know the name of the podcast.
Making big dollars too, but ain't got no Emmy. He's canceled. That's a cute
Wayne Brady talking to I don't know who he's talking to actually. Let's just see what he has to say.
It's from the past, but it echoes right now. Bill Maher, who hasn't aged well in terms of his ability to pay attention. You told people. You tried to tell us, Wayne Brady.
And it took Dave Chappelle recently saying something, but I told people the day that I said to Bill Maher after he and once again, using that joke of saying, well, I wish that Wayne Brady was that President Obama was less Wayne Brady and more, I forget which gangster rapper, whatnot. I can't. And even that, how dare you as a white man try to define this thing?
It's called racist. He's racist.
He is racist. And I don't care. Bill Maher can say, oh, I have all these black friends. Da, da, da. Look, I don't know Bill like that. And back in the day when I first got on, I used to do his the political show.
Real time.
No, the political show on ABC.
Politically correct.
Politically correct. I did it a few times. I grew up watching Bill Maher, thought he was funny.
Right.
But when people tell you who they are.
That part.
And that just doesn't go for dating ladies. This goes for
don't date Bill Maher. I don't have experience, but
I'm saying to black women,
don't do it.
Just
black
because.
Women, stop.
And I remember there was a party way back in the day that I went to at the Playboy Mansion. I was invited to, and there was Bill Maher with two sisters on his arm. Right?
She was in the Playboy Mansion too. Come on, sis.
I'm never going to be one to yuck.
Isn't that's the scouting report on Bill Maher, right? He's into he's into black women. Or he at least had a phase. I don't know.
He dates black women because it makes him look cool to date a black woman.
He's never been married. He has no kids. He can't commit.
Yeah.
But
so he dates black women because I'm telling you, because it makes him look cool to date black women. He don't date black women the way, say, like, you ever seen like a European dude who's dating a black woman? You ever known any?
Like David Bowie?
Because I have, yeah. They don't fuck around. Like they don't fuck with it. Like if it's a European dude dating a black woman, they go get the black queen. They don't fuck around. They don't fuck around.
Right.
Bill ain't doing that. Bill's dating it because it just makes him look cool. I'm sure in his mind there's a thing of, because you know how blackness makes white people look cool.
So you think
that's the thing for these European cats. They're just like, oh, I just like it.
He's trying to
they're not in it to look cool.
So he's getting like some kind of cred from having a black woman on his arm?
In his mind, you know. But if you ask him, do you really fuck with blackness? No. But he likes being he likes being the proximity to blackness because it makes him cool. Well, first of all, whiteness is lame. We all agree on that, right?
It's pretty cool.
Just whiteness, really.
Have you ever been to Cracker Barrel?
I'm not going, dog.
It's pretty good.
I'm not going, dog.
The chicken fried steak.
I'm not going. Where do you think they got the recipe for that chicken fried steak? You think they came up with that shit on their own?
I mean, I don't know where they got it. I know they're making it.
You know good goddamn well where they got that.
I know they're making it now. I know you can get chicken fried steak.
Yeah. Hey, your mama said I need to go to Europe. Ask Eve about European men.
Give Eve a call.
Yeah, I think Michael Eric Dyson talked about that one time when he wasn't talking about not dating white women.
Right.
He was talking about, you ever notice when a European man dates a black woman, it's like they go find the blackest woman they can. They don't have like the colorism thing in their head. They're like, yeah, I want that girl. I want that one.
I have not dated white women. Not that that's a problem.
Sure enough, one of my wife's friends, our kids used to take ballet together. Her husband's Austrian. He's the cat that they moved to Dubai. He accepted a job in right after Roe versus Wade fell. He accepted a job in Dubai, and he was like, "I'm not raising my black daughters in this country." And he has no allegiance to America. He's like, I'm not raising my black daughter in this country.
I mean, I don't think Dubai is the best place either.
So, and I was telling somebody said that to me, and I said, okay, so think about what he's saying. When he said that, think about what he's saying. Yeah, Dubai is not the best place, better than America. That's what he's saying for my black children. They have since come back here, but the kids are older now. They're
right.
They're like my kids' age. He's Austrian. Good dude. He's Austrian. Real good dude.
The podcast that Wayne Brady was on, I'm trying to find the name of it. Sarah Jones.
Okay.
Talking Shit with Wayne Brady, I think is what the episode is called. Maybe that's what the podcast is called. Yeah, I don't.
That's probably the podcast name.
I feel like Wayne. I mean, we've been through this before. Wayne Brady. People had this notion of him as being like this milquetoast kind of non-confrontational guy, but he'll tell you how he feels whenever you ask.
Yeah,
he doesn't hold back.
No, he's reached "I have nothing to lose" stage. I don't care.
So this is the quote. He's talking about the Playboy Mansion party, and he has the black women on his arm. He says, and I saw that for what it was and was like, this is a cat who believes that his proximity and things you can use gives you the right to say what you want to say about another. People whose shoes you never walk in. So I'll say out loud that I don't hate Bill Maher. I don't know him as a person like that. But what I do know is I know his words. So based on your words, I don't like you as a human because you're harmful to other people with the views that you espouse and the things that you said and the platform that he has. He's not funny anymore to me. It's vitriolic because it just encourages the asinine behaviors and reactions in those whose default setting is to be reductive of people.
Welp.
I mean, yeah, I don't know anyone who watches Bill Maher's show anymore. I don't know.
Like,
I guess back in the day, I used to watch it sometimes. I used to check it out. He would have comedians on that I liked. He had George Carlin on quite a few times, I think, back in the day. Mark Maron did it when he was plugging something. Like, people would come in and plug stuff. They would do it. It would be cool. But I haven't watched that show in a long time. There was a point when Bill Maher started going on Fox News a lot. Like he would go on and do like drop in on like do a segment with Hannity or whoever. He would he would via satellite do a segment. Right. Like he was trying to court certain people to come watch his show. Somewhere around there, I think he started to make that turn.
Mm-hmm.
And he became very anti-woke. That was the other thing.
He just went home. Feeling aggrieved, as you do.
Yeah.
That's all. He's aggrieved now, so. And he said you pulled a couple of things. What else do you have?
Let me see. I had, let's see. I just had some tabs open that I closed. So, I do have some video. So we could go back to the Tennessee thing. There's this video of all these Republicans celebrating.
Yeah, let's see that.
There's a picture of the guy with the flag. But this is a video of them celebrating. Also, there's more Diana Rossini and Mike Vrabel content.
I don't. Who is still digging?
Everybody is still digging to see whether they ever took a picture of Mike Vrabel and some woman they didn't know who it was at the time. Okay, this is from the Tennessee Holler account. This is the Tennessee Republican majority celebrating eliminating the one black district in Memphis. On people in the gallery, I guess, are protesting.
Yep. It's fucking terrible. It's terrible.
Are the noisemakers from the protesters or from
They're protesters?
The politicians?
Let Memphis go. They're protesters.
All right. That'd be weird if all the Republicans pulled out air horns and streamers and shit, although I wouldn't be surprised.
It's not going to stop anything. I understand that you want to go in there and protest, but it's not going to stop anything.
Well, I don't know if their goal is we must stop it or we failed. Yeah. I think they just want to make their voices heard.
Make their voices heard. That has to be the goal. You know,
I mean, this is
you can really do, and I respect it, but you know, I always say, look, as a former fighter, I don't like to waste energy. I don't.
Well, I think this is like just a real life version of what people do on social media all day.
Yeah.
Right. They yell about things, but sometimes they need to express it. So I think showing up.
People do need to be in the streets and do need to be, but I'm also of the mind that I don't like to waste energy, and I don't like waste of time things. And nothing is stopping this short of violence, and even violence isn't going to stop it. They want us in the place they want us in. And they've been waiting to do it now for generations because these people are liars. They've been lying to us for generations. And I think that's the thing that bothers me probably more than anything. Not that I didn't know they were liars, but they lie and they get away with lying because other people believe them when they lie. No, they say they like this. No, they don't. No, they don't. And at some point, you know, Jim Crow will be back in the South. If you think it won't, you're mistaken. You're mistaken. That's apartheid right there, what just happened. What just happened is they just turned Tennessee into a full apartheid state. And that's coming to other states now. How is Jim Crow any further behind that? How? You think black code laws aren't coming next? You'd be an idiot to not think that, to not believe that. You think that the don't be outside, don't be outside past a certain hour, don't do this, you think none of that's not coming? Really? You believe that? Why? Why would you believe that wasn't coming? That full-on Jim Crow is not coming back to the South, which is simply apartheid. That's already apartheid. What's going to stop the next thing? What's going to stop it? Nothing. You know, nothing.
Right. Yeah, but people can show up and protest. I mean, I don't want to erase what people are doing.
Not telling you not to. Show up and protest. Show up and protest. I'm also going to tell you that the time to protest, not just there in the South, the time to protest was 2016. The time to protest was the next election. The time to protest was when Kamala Harris was running for president. Those were the times to protest, and the way you protested was by casting your vote for the person who wouldn't bring this about. That was the time to protest. You've said that before too, that this shit was lost in 2016. That was the time to protest.
But these people may have cast that vote.
I hope to God they did. They probably did.
Like, I don't want to misplace the vitriol onto the people who are...
I don't dispute them for what they're doing. I don't. I'm not giving them any vitriol. I'm not casting... First of all, those people are me. They're me. I'm the one who's going to lose here. I'm going to lose. Ultimately, in the end, everybody's going to lose, but I'm the one who's going to be hit most directly. I'm the one who can't now travel freely through Tennessee anymore. I can't. It's not safe. It's definitely not safe when I'm with my family. It's definitely not safe. Any fucking thing can happen. So I have no vitriol towards these people, but I understand what it is. Okay, and for me, I don't like wasting my energy on things that I know there's no outcome. It's anger. It's I have to get this anger out. Believe me, I get that. I get that. But there's nothing coming. There's nothing coming. We're at the mercy and the beck and call of these other people who have never acted right towards us. The only reason the majority has ever acted right towards us is through federal force. That's it. take away the federal force, and what's the very first thing they do? This happened before when the Shelby vote broke down, when the first part of the Voting Rights Act was attacked. It literally the next day, the same shit happened. The same exact shit. They can't wait to attack us. So for me, it's just not enough. It's just not enough. I hate being hated by people. It's not enough to just leave me alone. You have to take things from me because you hate me so much that you have to take my rights away from me. You can't just leave me alone. That's not enough. You can't just leave me alone, because if you leave me alone and things start to go good for me, you come in and destroy it. So you can't just leave me alone. That they can't have to do that. No, you have to take things from me and make me subservient to you. That's what you have to do. And man, it's just tiring. It's just tiring. That's why I get so upset about the Stephen A. Smiths of the world. So that's why. It's just it's just I'm like, the fuck are you talking about? That's why it's just so tiring to me. To watch these people have to do this, it's horrific. That's the only words I can think to apply to. It's horrific to have to watch this, to know that this is happening in 2026. It's horrific. And I wouldn't tell these people to not do it. There was a time, but nobody else is doing it. We are. Who else is doing it? Where's the rest of the people in Memphis? Or the rest of the people in Tennessee? How could you allow this to happen to your neighbors? How?
So I feel like there's a lot of people need to be, there's an election coming up, right? Mm-hmm. Midterm election. And the only way to win some of these, because it's not just all red or all blue districts, there are purple districts, flippable seats, is to motivate, right? That's why people in the previous elections were saying this is the most important election, and people got tired of hearing that, but it's a motivating factor, right? This is all part of that motivation. And some people see this, like, I remember in 2024, during Kamala Harris's campaign, her social media team was being praised generally because they were very snarky, a lot of memes. And it didn't work on me. I don't like, I thought it was like, it's too snarky, it's memes, whatever. I used to have a bit years ago about how in the future, all political campaigns will be conducted in meme form. I think it's actually coming true. But I was like, not for me, because people were like praising it, like, oh, look at how good their social media team is. And I was like, it's not doing anything for me. I'm still showing up, obviously, for election day, but I wasn't the audience for that. It wasn't meant to motivate me because I was already motivated. There's a different audience that would be maybe motivated by snarkiness, a lot of snark, a lot of memes, a lot of shit talking on Twitter. And just like there's an audience for these videos of people showing up at the State House and with air horns and stuff and talking shit, that will get motivated by it. The thing with the way information is given to us now is we get everyone's information, not just information that works on us, but information that turns us off and works on somebody else. And so that might motivate somebody to show up and vote. Not even someone from Tennessee necessarily, but someone who's just looking at this on their phone and show up in November and say, yeah, we can't have that. I'm in a purple district. It could go either way. We can flip, maybe this seat and go back to Democrat. We're a Republican right now. I'm seeing this and I'm getting off my ass and doing something. It's got value to someone, Liz Booker was there. Someone said in the chat, Liz Booker was there. It's her hometown.
It's her hometown.
It's got value, and her feed is probably something that motivates people and activates people as well, because she's posting all the time on social media about supporting Democrats and all the reasons why. So just because it's not, for me, it's like just because it's not for you doesn't mean it's not for someone. And I've realized that for myself, especially in 2024, where I saw all this celebration about Kamala Harris's social media, and I was like kind of annoyed by it because I was like, snark, 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 snark. Oh, that's right. I'm not the audience for that. I'm the audience for the other stuff, the campaign rallies, we will not go back, that kind of stuff. I'm not the audience for the delete your account tweets. But someone is. And there are a lot of people who are voting for the first time. They're 18, they're 19, they're 20. And that's a language they speak. Or they're 23, 24, 25 and showing up and yelling and making noise is the language they speak. And we need them to vote too. And apathy is always right around the corner for people like that. Mm-hmm. So if I see people on the other side of apathy, I used to be very apathetic about voting. And if I see people on the other side of that, I'm like, okay, that's probably a better place to be than I don't care. Doesn't matter. Doesn't affect me. What difference does it make? It's over. That definitely doesn't work. Showing up and making noise may not work. There's a chance it won't work, but it doesn't definitely not work. Being demotivated definitely doesn't work. And there's so many forces at play, especially with social media, but in general, there's so many forces at play to make people apathetic and demotivate them. When I see motivated people, I'm like, okay, good. Hopefully it rubs off on somebody. Hopefully someone sees that and says, okay, yeah, that's a cool place to be, rather than the place I am, which is fuck everything. Nothing works. It's never going to work, And maybe comedy was a teacher. I think I've learned a lot of life lessons from comedy, but there's that comes up in comedy. Like, this bit's never going to work. It's not funny. Why am I even doing this? Like that kind of thing where you talk yourself out of, before you even try it, talk yourself out of doing it. And then maybe when you try it, it actually does work, or at least has some benefit. So yeah, I think there's value in people doing that. I think there's value in people seeing that. It might not be you, it might not be me, but somebody is going to get some value out of that. And this election coming up in November is going to need as motivated a voting force as there can be, going into November.
You would hope.
And there's going to be a lot of attempts to demotivate people through bots, through social media, through
you would hope
discrediting candidates, through whatever the case may be. I mean, just look at fucking this a month ago in Virginia. How many of those flyers did all of us get in the mail saying Obama says vote no? Martin Luther King was going to vote no.
We got them. Here's the thing.
We got like 5 of those things.
I'm out of faith in people. I'm out of faith. I saw this coming. We all saw it coming. I'm out of faith. I'm out. Just the faith I would need to go out and do that, I'm out.
I'm not saying you go do it. Yeah, if you're not going to
go down to that state house, I'm out of it. I'm just out of faith in people. People have the faith, they go do that. I'm like, okay. I don't have faith in, I definitely don't have the faith in the people of Tennessee to come out and do the right thing. Just not the politicians of Tennessee who did this, the people of Tennessee to vote those people. I don't have the faith in them. They want this. That's where I think, well, they want this.
Yeah. So I'm talking about the purple districts in other states.
I believe that too.
This could have ripple effect.
But I watch people in purple districts vote for Governor Youngkin. I watched them do that. I watched them do that enough to say that was another thing that turned me off of faith in these people. I'm like, I can't have faith. I was like, okay, there's never been an election I haven't missed since I was 18. I vote all the time.
I missed a few.
Just the way it is. But I don't have faith in others. Even when this is Spanberger, that's why we watch so intently when the election results are coming in, because I don't got faith in people to do the right thing. Nope. I don't have the faith in them. Even now with this last election, the vote, yes, we won. They're trying to take it away. I don't have faith that it's not going to not happen. That to look at the judge and say, judges will throw this shit out. Nope. Nope. So when I see things like this happening, what you hope is that through your protest, that you will convince somebody to align with you. Okay? At the time of Martin Luther King's death, 80% of the American population had a disfavorable view of him. The person that we now call one of the greatest people in history, at least some of us do, but I've always thought people are lying when they say that. 80% of the population had a disfavorable, including black people, many black people had a disfavorable view of him. That's a fact. Okay? You thought that about that man. Barack Obama didn't. I was just talking about somebody about this today. Barack Obama didn't win the white vote. No Democrat has won the white vote since 1964. He didn't win the white vote. He won because everybody else voted, along with the group of white people who backed him. I don't have faith in that group of white people who backed him anymore because I watched them flip on Governor Blackface because they were afraid that their kids were going to have to learn about blackness.
You know, I read a stat the other day, a week or two ago, that's, I think they have, it's all estimates because I think there's different ways of doing the math on it, but 10 to 15% of Obama voters voted for Trump, like the Obama to Trump pipeline.
Yeah.
Depending on who you ask, basically, it's like 11%, 12%, somewhere between 10 and 15%.
1 in 10.
Of
How's that
people
possible?
who voted for Obama, then in 2016 voted for Trump.
Yeah. How the fuck is that possible? Are you the one guy that was drunk and said, "Oh, look, I'm voting for Obama," and then woke up the next day, he fucking won? Are you that guy?
Well, some people, I mean, you think back, some people were kind of doing that with Trump.
Yeah.
It's gonna be funny. It's entertaining. Like they were kind of they're flipping that to, I voted for Trump. He fucking won. Or secretly they pretended they were just fucking around with their vote, but they kind of liked what he was putting out there.
And Reggie said, "Y'all know white people just be doing shit." Well,
so yeah, like that. But my thing is, if someone gets motivated by it, then it's a net positive.
That's why I wouldn't tell you not to do it. If you want to do it, do it. I'll never be the one to tell you not to. But you don't want to ask me to do it. You don't want to do that. you don't want to do that. You're not going to like my response. You're not going to like my response.
Well, that's why it's like we're in this world where we see everyone, where we see stuff that's targeted to everyone. All of it. We don't just see stuff that's targeted at us. That's why I was talking about the 24 elections. Like I was seeing stuff that was for younger people, snarky, memey sort of stuff. And that didn't turn me on, but it wasn't like turning me off either. And when people do sometimes get turned off because they're inundated by the stuff they don't want. And they use that as their excuse. Like, it's the most important election. If I hear that one more time, I'm going to vote for Harambe or whatever.
Right.
And people need to learn to filter that shit out, or just make up their mind and be steadfast in it and not sort of let all their actions actually be reactions to what someone else said or did. And let themselves be shaped too much by like, I'm annoyed. Like people have this thing. I think Bill Maher's probably said this. Like, it's just the right wins because the left is annoying. It's like
stupid.
You're so annoyed you're gonna not vote. It's like, if people on the left annoy you, and happens to me sometimes, I'm still me. I don't lose me, and I think that's a lot of people are being pushed and pulled by these other forces, and they sort of aren't centered in who they are.
I think people are lying when they say that. Personally,
when they say the left annoys them into not
voting, I think they're lying. I think you were looking for a reason to not vote for this thing.
There are annoying people
you don't
everywhere.
like this thing. I think they're lying.
Oh shit!
We live with annoying people all around us. Did I? Am I back?
Big leftist.
Big annoying get us.
Big annoying
leftist got us. There's annoying people all around us all the time. I don't agree. I think that anybody who says things like that, I'm like, you're just looking for a reason to not. Because, but if you say you don't want to do this, it's going to sound kind of shitty, and you don't want to sound like a shitty person. So you blame them. They made me not vote for you.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You're gonna say I would have if not for you.
Yeah, and I don't believe you.
That's what Bill Maher says.
Yeah, I don't believe Bill Maher. I'm like, that's what a child says. You're all fucking child. If you believe that, you're a fucking child. I don't believe you. I believe you just didn't want to do this thing, and you needed a reason. You needed a reason that people will buy, and people buy that reason. Yeah, they annoy you. I'm like, you believe that? I don't believe that. No, I just believe you didn't want to vote for him. You just didn't want to because you don't like this thing. So it was, I want abortion rights. I'm just in it for the abortion rights. Well, you also get American citizens being shot in the streets by agents of the state. I didn't vote for that. Yeah, you did. I'm just in it for the abortion rights. No, you're not. You wanted this other stuff too. You just don't want to say it. You don't want to admit to yourself that that's the thing that you wanted. It definitely is not unacceptable to you. It was unacceptable to you. You wouldn't have voted for this. They told you they were going to do it. So you wouldn't have voted for it if it was unacceptable. You'd have voted the other way. Didn't think to do that. Yeah. I reject that. I don't believe in that. I don't believe that when they say that, you're just looking for a reason. Bill Maher's looking for a reason to exit, but he just can't bring himself to say that he likes all these Republican things. He just can't.
Well, I think
because he has to hold on to the thing of no.
He's still on the left on a lot of issues, but he doesn't like the woke, quote unquote, side of things, and that annoys him. But enough people have said that I'm so annoyed I can't vote for this. I can't be part of this. And I don't know if they've been telling the truth or not. They might be. But if that's the case, then they're just not centered in who they are. All they are is a reaction to who other people are. They're just being sort of pushed around by what other people think and letting other people dictate who they are, which is that's weak. That happens, especially if you're younger. You don't really know who you are yet. You haven't found yourself. But I think there are a lot of people who they're more reactors than actors.
And I agree.
So when I see actors go out and act, I'm like, yeah, that sets a tone. That sets an example. It might not mean you have to do exactly what they do, but it means that it's okay to have conviction and take things seriously and act on that and take it.
I agree with what Trey is saying. Reminds me of the earn my vote folks. I can't stand them motherfuckers. You gotta earn my vote.
I need to be courted.
Shut the fuck up with that.
Like you're on a first date.
Yeah. The fuck? You didn't spend enough money on me.
Right.
It takes more to get these draws.
All my needs weren't met. So sorry.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Sorry about that.
Shut the fuck up with that bullshit. Who is the person that you think would be more willing to listen to you and to try to meet your little goofy ass needs? Who would be the one who'd be more inclined to listen to you? That's the motherfucker you vote for.
And I've said this before, but if it's true that it makes no difference, because a lot of people are like, my life never changes depending on who's in office. That could be true. That could very well be true. If you don't have, if your life is just like you just live by yourself, no kids, no family, you don't really have a job that is affected by the job market or whatever. Someone is affected by who's in office.
Right.
So vote on their behalf. You must know a woman.
Right.
Actually, you might not. If you're an incel, you might not know a woman. But if you know a woman, her rights are affected. If you're a man and you know a woman, because I feel like all these are dudes. You must know someone who's in one of the targeted minority communities.
Right.
if you're not in one yourself. So if you're indifferent to who's in charge, someone vote on their behalf, vote to make their lives better. And that's what always bothered me about the people on the far left who, coming up on election day of 2024, were like, I'm just going to leave the top to take it blank. I'll vote down ballot because that actually has more consequences than the president. And like, okay,
stupid.
But someone in your life will be worse off if Trump is president versus Kamala Harris. And I don't know who would be better off with that outcome, but vote on their behalf. If it makes no difference to you who's president. It's just like when people say Hillary and Trump are the same, so I'm voting for Trump. Well, if they're the same, you could vote for Hillary. Since you're not, you're admitting they're not the same, and you want Trump, or you're going to let Trump, win. But anyway, these are all the same arguments from 10 years ago. That's what's frustrating about it. It's all the same shit. Same soup, just reheated.
Yep.
I read this article. This is a whole different point. I just looked at my bookmarks. I read this article today because there's a cruise ship that had a hantavirus outbreak.
Yeah. Thanks, RFK.
And it was like, well, I don't know if that's an RFK thing. It was like, don't handle rodent droppings. I was like, oh shit, don't you have a mouse in your house?
Yeah, I sweep them up. I don't handle them.
There's a whole thing about like, make sure, by the way, disinfect, put on gloves, do not handle any rodent droppings. Because this hantavirus is, if you get it, it's not good. Like it's got a pretty high mortality rate. Somehow wound up on a cruise ship. The hantavirus.
There's rats everywhere on cruise ships.
Stricken cruise ship. Are the rats just living on cruise ships?
Yeah, absolutely.
They just cruise from place to place.
They don't know. They're home. They don't know. They're not like they're disembarking, going out to the Lido deck, getting a drink, and then going into the town, seeing the sights, and then getting back on when it's time to play. Hey, make sure you're back by 4. How many days we got left on
this trip? How many days?
Hey, Templeton, you make sure you're back by 4 because you'll get left.
Well, I mean, don't the cruise ships? I don't know if it's even possible. Don't they have like exterminators, pest control come in?
I'm sure they do.
And do all the things. And
I'm sure they do.
Because you don't hear about this normally. You don't hear about hantavirus on cruise ships.
That's look up RFK and hantavirus and look at the changes he made. Like he fired certain inspectors and stuff like that off of cruise lines.
Right, but don't most cruises sail out of other ports outside the U.S.?
Yes, but think about like when you bring on, let's say you bring on like a load of lettuce, like crates and crates of lettuce. It's just stow away. Feel like going to Europe, guys? Let's get on board that lettuce right there. Let's go. Come on, Templeton.
Because Gene Hackman's wife died from hantavirus. That was the story. Like whenever he died, they were both found dead.
Yeah.
She had the hantavirus.
Luckily, and because a lot of houses have rodents in America, particularly in the winter. Because that's when they come in. Because it's fucking cold, they come in.
They said these strains normally are more like of the southwest of the country.
Right.
So we don't really, I guess we don't have that around here as much, but maybe the rules on cleanup are a little bit different depending on where you are. This particular cruise ship, they said, let's see, the Argentine investigators. In Argentina, a team of investigators has yet to leave for the southern town where they suspect the outbreak originated. Officials from the country's health ministry told the Associated Press on Thursday. The Argentine investigators suspect a Dutch couple may have contracted the virus while on a bird watching trip before they boarded the cruise ship. So they brought it on.
It wasn't even rodents. They took it on.
Yeah. The rodents like, you're giving us a bad name, man.
Don't blame us. I'm just trying to go to the Bahamas.
I didn't do that shit. I'm clean.
Yeah.
I washed my legs.
Yeah. That sounds like some shit. They brought some shit on with them.
I shit over the deck, overboard. It's not on the ship.
Shit on the deck. Why would I do that?
On.
I live here.
It's my house. Are you serious? So anyway, a lot of people had disembarked the ship before, because the virus incubates, and before it was found. So there's people all over the world now spreading this strain of hantavirus.
Yeah.
And I think some airline employees might have caught it. 3 people have died. I think the Dutch couple both died, and then there's a third person died. Symptoms show between 1 and 8 weeks after exposure. But it's not like a COVID type thing. It's not going to spread. Like COVID was a novel virus. It had never been seen before. Yeah. So
also spread easily.
If hantavirus was going to become a global pandemic, it would have by now.
Yeah.
You know? Man, imagine being on that ship, though.
I mean, you wouldn't know.
You're
standing next to your patient zero here at the buffet. You have no idea.
No, you have no idea.
Yeah.
April 6th, a 70-year-old Dutch man becomes sick on board with fever, headache, and mild diarrhea. Before boarding, the man and his wife, who was also Dutch, had gone sightseeing.
And see, that right there, they tell you, if you have diarrhea, don't get on board the ship. They ask that all the time. You got diarrhea?
Yeah.
Anybody here got diarrhea? I'm like, you're asking people. Y'all need to start doing an underwear check.
It's like that sign at a public pool. Same sign. It's like, you can't be swimming in this pool if you got diarrhea.
Don't come in here with diarrhea. They say that shit all the time. That's why they got all those hand sanitizer. You go on a cruise, there's hand sanitizer every 10 feet.
Right.
It's like, just anytime you touch something, anytime you walk by it, just put some in your hands. Just to be safe. Just put some in your hand.
You see the rats putting some in their hands.
Yeah, rats.
Like, hey,
yeah, watch out there, Tempe. Let me get in here.
Can't
you want to get some
careful.
of this? The rats looking at you. You want to get some of this? Little rat hands.
70-year-old Dutch man becomes sick on April 6th. Him and his wife had gone sightseeing in Ushuaia in Argentina, traveled elsewhere in Argentina and Chile. April 11th, 5 days later, the Dutch man develops respiratory distress and dies on board. The cause of death could not be determined at the time. 4 days later, the 15th, 6 people joined the cruise when the ship stopped at the remote archipelago of Tristan da Cunha, a British territory in the South Atlantic. The Dutch man's body remains on board.
Oh, God. Get his body off the ship.
April 24th.
Hey, put him in the cooler.
With all the others.
Before he starts stinking.
April 24th, the man's body is taken off the vessel. Okay, so he died on April 11th. 13 days later, his body's taken off the vessel.
13 days. He was just in there just stinking.
His wife disembarks. She was on the ship alone for 13 days. Her husband was dead.
Just crying.
Yeah.
13 days. Don't want to leave her cabin. Y'all couldn't helicopter her ass out with the body? Y'all couldn't think to do that? What kind of Spirit Airlines cruise is this?
Right. This would be like this a huge vacation they saved up for. His wife disembarks, as do more than 24 other passengers on the 24th. That's when they took his body off board.
Only 24 people, 25 people and the dead guy got off board this ship.
Yeah.
That's all that got off?
This stop was the end of the cruise for some on board, but not for others. So
25
that's all that got
people,
off.
24 her and the body.
Yeah. April 25th, the Dutch woman who has symptoms of illness takes a commercial flight from St. Helena to South Africa. The plane carries 88 passengers.
She had diarrhea too.
And crew members.
Draws check.
Like you're going into jail, you got to take your clothes off and turn around and bend over.
Them draws. Get that collapsible metal pointer out and pick that bitch up. Look at. All right, put it back on. Go ahead.
Like you're checking the oil, you got a dipstick or something. April 26th, the woman died. So she flew back on the 25th and she died on the 26th.
Yeah.
After collapsing in an airport while trying to board another plane home. So she had to stop.
Now, I don't know the symptoms of hantavirus, but I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that shit don't come on in 24 hours like that, have you collapsing. I'm going to go out on a limb and say you walk around sick for a while and then just finally gets a grip on you.
It's a respiratory thing, right?
Right. So she was probably having problems breathing.
It says,
and then her oxygen flow got cut off, and that was that.
It says it's early flu-like signs like fever, deep muscle aches in the thighs, hips, and back, headache, and fatigue.
Oh, yeah.
But her husband just died, so she might just chalk that up to like grief, you know?
Or
that might not
you
read
might
as,
chalk it, or hear me out here. You might say, my husband did just die, and he was feeling, now probably he wasn't feeling well. Do I got the shit too? You might just say that.
I mean, maybe. I got to get home.
Yeah.
I got to get out of here. One day later, back on the ship, which has now left St. Helena,
TPS says she was probably taking drugs too. Let me just take some NyQuil. I'll knock it out.
Yeah.
Where's the Robitussin?
A third passenger is sick. One day later, the British man is evacuated to Ascension Island. He is later moved to South Africa, where he is put in intensive care at a hospital. He has a high fever, shortness of breath, and signs of pneumonia, which can be caused by hantavirus. One day later, another passenger, a German woman, falls sick on board as the ship sails for Cape Verde off Africa's west coast. May 2nd, that woman dies. Nearly a month after the first passenger fell ill. She's the third fatality. May 3rd, World Health Organization says it's responding to a suspected hantavirus outbreak. So the ship's still full of people, right?
Right.
May 5th, the cruise ship is in a standoff with Cape Verde authorities over whether it can evacuate more sick people and let other passengers and crew members disembark. Cape Verde is sending health workers to the ship to assist, but says no one can disembark. 2 crew members on board are seriously ill, including the ship's doctor, and another person is being monitored. That was 2 days ago. Today, May 7th, health authorities in Switzerland, Britain, and Netherlands, and France, Singapore, South Africa, and elsewhere are isolating people who previously left the cruise ship and tracing people who might have come into contact with cruise ship passengers.
Yeah, thank God it's overseas and not here. And I say that only because imagine the contact tracing that would be happening now with Robert Kennedy's health department. Jesus Christ. Thank God it's happening in other places where they have competent people doing this shit.
Right. This is an article I saw today. The CDC fired all its cruise ship inspectors before the hantavirus outbreak.
That's the one I was talking about.
I don't think that would have changed this situation because this ship sailed out of South America.
No, but how safe do you feel with cruise ships coming here, though? Knowing that,
I mean, cruise ships, they're all petri dishes, right?
So think about this. This happened on a cruise ship where there are people looking out that haven't been fired.
Yeah.
That has inspectors. And this happened. That's how they were able to at least try to some way contain the shit.
I think they fired those people like a while back, too. It wasn't like they fired them yesterday or anything.
Right. This shit is crazy. But
it was a Doge cut.
In this country, they just let the people go. Like we have cruises come here every day. If there's a cruise coming in, not just one, multiple cruises come here every day. Are you? Okay.
Targeted by sweeping cuts like other agencies as part of Elon Musk's crusade to gut the federal spending, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention cleared out almost its entire vessel sanitation program, a key group that ensures ships are properly sanitized to prevent them from becoming the type of plague frigate the world is now dealing with.
Plague frigates. That's a scary term.
It was about a year ago.
That's a scary term. Plague frigate.
Plague frigate.
A plague frigate. Damn, I got to remember that. I'm going to write that somewhere. That's going into something I'm writing.
The title of this episode is going to be Plague Frigate.
The Plague Frigate.
This summer in theaters, Plague Frigate.
That's going somewhere. Did you say pirate frigate? Nah.
No. What?
Plague.
Plague Frigate.
Yeah, it's always.
What do you do on that ship? Like you're seeing the news, right? Like you're getting some signal on your phone. You know what's going on. They can't lie to you and say, "Oh, we just had an engine problem. We got to stop here off the coast for a while."
What do you do? Yeah, what do you do if you're the captain? You're like, we have to stay here. We'll have to get somebody to motor us in supplies. We ain't leaving. I can't let you off.
But you don't want to go near anyone. How do you catch that? Don't you have to like kiss people and stuff? Like it's not just airborne, right? How's hantavirus transmitted? I should have Googled this days ago.
I know somebody who's going on a cruise tomorrow.
Are they still going?
Yeah. MSC.
Do they get trip insurance?
They're going on MSC of all line. The line I went on had a great time.
Okay. Hantavirus is primarily transmitted to humans through the inhalation of virus particles shed in the urine, droppings, and saliva of infected wild rodents, particularly deer mice. Okay, how do they go from person to person, though? Is it just people transmission is extremely rare and has only been documented with the Andes virus strain, which is what this is, South America. Typically requires close, prolonged contact with an infected person, such as among household members or intimate partners, likely during the early symptomatic phase.
That's how the wife got it.
Yeah, because she was in the same room as a dude.
Right.
So as long as you just isolate on the ship, you might be all right.
Right.
The 6-foot rule, no kissing. It's believed to occur through respiratory droplets or close physical contact, likely when the infected person is the early stages of the illness. I mean, do cruise ships have like a stockpile of N95s, like just for these moments?
Probably. I would. At this point, you would have to.
Flown in. Is a plane going to go overhead and just drop a box of N95s?
Yeah, the M95 like parachute pops out.
Yeah, it just pops open. It's like, and then everyone just runs and grabs them like a Black Friday sale.
Yeah, TPS might be onto something. America wasn't going to tell us.
They can't just keep news from us. We've got the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Cruise ships seem treacherous. Anytime you hear about a cruise ship, it's bad news. They don't make any. They should tell us some good news from cruise ships from time to time, just to offset, because it's always like the toilets are backed up or something like that. When you hear a cruise ship in the news, wasn't that a Carnival cruise, the poop cruise at one point? People were just stuck on a cruise ship.
Yeah,
with
they did a thing about that on Netflix.
February 2013 Carnival Triumph incident where an engine fire left over 4,000 passengers stranded for 5 days in the Gulf of Mexico. Due to loss of power, toilets failed, causing raw sewage to back up into the passenger areas, while food and air conditioning were severely limited.
What I need to know is, what happened to the cruise line? Was this the only ship the cruise line had? They couldn't bring another boat out there? I think the ship was just kind of floating around too.
Yeah, because where are you going to go? Like, what? Well, how do you do that? You can bring another boat and like you just stretch it like a stairway across?
I would think that, I don't know. I'm not a cruise. I'm not a ship person, a nautical person, if you will. But I would think you got to have some sort of protocol in mind for that. Like, we got to have a way to stop a ship and anchor it to another ship. Shoot, maybe, like you said, shoot lines across.
I don't know. That's like thousands of people, right? It's like you got to move a whole town.
Bring 2 ships in that are basically the same size, shoot some lines across, chain them together, and hold it still.
I was on a Chinatown bus once or twice that broke down. And they pull over to the side, and about 45 minutes later, a different Chinatown bus pulls up.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like, you bring an empty boat in and move all those people off the one boat onto another boat. You got to have a protocol to be able to do that.
I don't know if there's any way to. You got sewage backing up. You got thousands of people on board.
Yeah, I got to get you all off this boat. We got to get you all off this boat.
And you don't have working engines. You're just floating.
Right. Right. Okay, how long do you think it took before headquarters realized these people weren't coming in? Where the fuck are they at? Where the fuck are they at?
Carnival Triumph. Do you read? Carnival Triumph? They probably smelled them before they could
I know.
For anything else, they just smell that. What is that smell coming from the jet stream? I don't understand. There's nothing out on the horizon. Someone out there with their telescope. They're just picking up the smell coming through the breeze. Imagine the smell on the ship. Also, 2 seagoing tugboats were towing the ship. So they brought tugboats because the ship didn't have engines. Tugboats to tow the ship into a port. I think it was in the U.S. too. The goal was to reach port in Mobile, I guess that's Alabama, by early afternoon on February 14th, Valentine's Day, 2013. Strong winds delayed the expected arrival. Eventually, 4 tugboats were towing the ship, 4 with a 5th on standby. After a tow line broke, arrival was delayed still further. The ship finally docked by 9:20 p.m. They had to bring in 5 tugboats to work together.
Yeah.
To drag the ship into a port.
Yeah.
And the ship is like listing back and forth, and all the sewage in your room is just sloshing around all over the place.
Yeah. That's why you go up on the deck.
You got to. Yeah, the higher you go, the better, right? Because everything's going to flow down.
Yeah. It's the poor crew, 2,000 crew members in the fucking bowels of the ship. Jesus Christ.
Just getting dripped on. You got to get a refund after that, right?
No, they give you a voucher.
They give you a coupon for a free biscuit at Cracker Barrel.
They give you a voucher. You got 6 months to use this.
We're sorry we couldn't give you the vacation of your life. But fear not, we're going to give you a voucher for another cruise.
Now your ass, I want to take a cruise again.
Offer only good for the next 6 weeks.
See, been off an hour and a half, Andy. Give these freeloaders something.
Yeah. Hey, freeloaders, if you want to come over to Patreon, it's patreon.com/3guyson. And you can get all the behind the paywall content. If you didn't know, if you're just listening to this on Spotify or something, we're going live on YouTube every Thursday night. That's what we're doing. That's when we're recording these episodes. So subscribe to us on YouTube and you'll see the notification that we have a live stream coming up. Or follow us on Blue Sky, which will give you the link as well. And come on over. Give us a little money.
A little bit.
A little bit. We give you a lot for a little bit of money. Trying to afford a cruise.
Yeah, man.
We didn't do we haven't done comments in like a week or more. 2 weeks.
Hit those Saturday.
Have to get to those on Saturday.
Yeah, hit some of those on Saturday. Thank you guys for doing this with us. We appreciate y'all as always, and y'all be sure to come on over. I don't know how many of y'all are in the chat over on the other side. I only see one, and that one would be me, I guess. So here.
Oh yeah. No, it's the number at the top of my screen right now says 30.
Okay.
So that's probably that's all YouTube.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I got a 1.
Occupy Rap says you too can experience the wonderful Riverside app. You don't have to.
No.
You can just watch on YouTube. I give people the option, except for Thursday nights. Some people, they're masochists. They want to get on the Riverside app. You can always just get on the YouTube app. You miss out on some of the chat, which maybe we'll just have to go YouTube only so everyone can get the chat experience on the behind the paywall episodes. But that's still a work in progress.
Yeah. We also know how long we're going to stick with this. So we're still here right now, though.
All the problems I had the first week or two
have worked themselves out.
So far, you know what they did? They rolled out a new editor, quote unquote, and they were telling me in the support emails like, there's some issues with the new editor. I don't know when they rolled out the new editor. It could have been years ago, but it's called a new editor. There was an older version of the editor, and one day I logged in and I was on the older version, which is all the same functionality. It just looks a little different. Stuff is in different places. And since then, it's been fun. So the new editor was maybe rolled out prematurely. And since they put me on the old one, everything's fine. The app could use some work still. But I do get high quality videos shortly after we get done recording, and I can post them a lot earlier than I could before. So, and it does make making clips a lot easier too.
Yep.
Want to see our clips? Check out our shorts on YouTube, and we got to post some on IG. But we're just starting to post. We only have like 3 up right now, so
Mike B's very proud of his. Go check his out.
Yeah, I made one with. I wasn't even talking on that one. It's you and Mike B talking. Yeah. I was just sitting there. I could have edited myself out of that one. I could have just had you two on screen.
Go check that out.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. We will see y'all Saturday. Y'all have a good one. Next week, Brandon is going to join us, as I told y'all, from the Medium Popcorn Podcast. He was going to join us the other day, but something came up for him, but he's going to join us probably next Wednesday. So y'all will get to see him again. Thank y'all for everything. We appreciate y'all. As always, thank you, Andy, for putting this together for us. Thank you, chat, for the wonderful conversation that we had. And thank you all who have come to YouTube today. We appreciate y'all being over there. All right. Any other concerns, Andy?
No, the Lakers game just started. I guess I'll go watch that.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Y'all know what it is. When we wrap this up, it's over. Okay?
It's over.
Y'all know what it is. Yeah. All right, y'all. So we will see y'all soon. I'm Randolph Terrence.
I'm Andy Klein.
And this has been 3 Guys On, y'all. We are out.